In the wake of the creation of a new dragon cult of blood, the Valyrian Legacy Brotherhood, the new High Septon met with his highest priest, the Vyne family. In secret, a new plan was laid in for the dynasty, a bold vision to stretch generations into the future, and this new religion would be the bedrock. On the face of it, the new wave was dedicated to gardening and growing. Redwyne's life experiences had shown him that this was the way to make great change. Cultivate wealth and power through nature. The nightmarish visions of others beyond the wall had convinced him the threat was real. In this council, a plan revealed. Healthcare, hospices, plague resistance. This is the first wave of a multi-generational medical genetic harvesting continent-wide to isolate Targaryen blood and superior individuals, ultramen and ultra-women, and conquer the Targaryen dragon bloodline, forcing it into eternal service to the Seven Kingdoms and the Vyne dynasty. Their dragons would finally be turned into true weapons of war, their flame used to unite against all unliving. The Targaryen dream of a united Westeros was a true one, and the Seven Kingdoms are an excellent idea that does not need to die with the Targaryen bloodline. We, the Vynes, the highest and most holy, will carry on their dream and create a reunited Valyrian empire to stand against all others, and the others. Bloodline, dynasty, generation, all stretching centuries to accomplish this monumental task. It is the burden the Seven and the Old Gods have placed on us, and we will rise to the situation. Welcome to another episode of Let Coin and Wine Flow, a Crusader Kings 3 Game of Thrones mod roleplay-focused campaign. We're back with the Valyrian Legacy Brotherhood, a new righteous member of the Faith of the Seven, with Pope, the King. We also still have the ability to take Septons, consecrated knighthood, we can go whaling, and when we cross rivers and straits, we do not surrender advantage to others. We have opened up a new Valyrian capital ruin, which is going to take an exceedingly long time to work on. You already saw how the last one took. But now that we have a basic foothold and port city, it's time to begin improving it. However, before we improve any of that, new hospices need to go down all across the island to increase plague resistance, which, as we can see, is extremely negative because of this susceptible to plague bonus. Major epidemic botched gives a minus 45. We are just suffering at the hands of the maesters who have failed to help us. The faith of the seven priests have lost their way and can no longer be trusted to guide us. To remedy this, I have gathered a select group of septons together to discuss the future of our faith. These dragon cultic septons are encouraging cooperation and tolerance, even towards non-believers, and are promoting asceticism among their followers, claiming that materialistic pursuits block the path to spiritual fulfillment. I have chosen to personally lead this burgeoning dragon cultic movement, and have assumed the title of High Septon, an exalted position I will pass down to my descendants. The world will see that the Father favors us. But of course, I did put down a couple marriages along the way. We're trying to position excellent genetics and allies for the future. A lot of those marriages going down. Now, I made a note here. We have Seven Kingdoms. Rhaenys Targaryen is marrying Bennis Vyne. And that child we will want to marry down our primary line, which is Tenda Vyne. So Tenda Vyne, whoever she picks as a partner, her child and the child of the Targaryen union into the Vyne family, those two need to be brought together. And then that will make our primary heir line unite with the Targaryen primary bloodline. And so we'll finally get that dragon blood in the primary bloodline. We got ransoms all over the place. And I think I did pick up a couple of Valyrian kiddos here. Are they... Yes, we did. We got some Valyrian kids who we're going to intermarry into the family as well. Or that'll be fine. He's 12, he's 2. That's a 10-year difference. And they'll have plenty of kids. I thought there might have been a second Valyrian. I don't see it here, though. I'm surprised some of these people aren't married. I thought I married them all off, but we'll find out. I am having notes for my translation of The Kingdoms of the Sky read back to me when, "My lord, please forgive me, but did you fall asleep? Heavens above, this classic is absolute drivel. I will force myself to stay awake." What do we have here? More prisoners to ransom. And more prisoners to ransom. What did that just say? I, Samuel Tully. He's declared himself the king of the Riverlands. Well, that's certainly a thing. We are, by the way, putting a claim on the High Lordship of Driftmark. We're doing this specifically because we want to be bordering the Targaryens so that we can force the Targaryens into our vassalage. We want them to be under our thumb. Through the charming Red, I have discovered certain old contracts relating to the High Lordship of Old Town. The case could be made that Lord Garland is obligated to be more even-handed with his eventual inheritance than previously thought. No, thank you. Nope. No, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. My translation of Kingdom of the Sky is coming along, but one section in the version I am copying from gives me pause. My scribe insists that the word on the page means "as we hold 2 feet and spirits rising edge of the hunter." That cannot be right, can it? I can come up with a better one. We translate it exactly, or the meaning is obvious. Let me handle this. Both of these are significant. I'm going to go with this one because it has the icon for learning skill. Alright. This guy wants to marry Dreamfire, my cool granddaughter. Who are you? You're 70 years old. This guy's 25. I don't think so. This guy's a slaver. Nah, bro, you ain't a good master. Get out of here. You ain't shit. Get out of here with your yee-ass haircut. Can we take the Reach? Man, this would be a great time. Does tribute mean that they're not a vassal then, right? I'm afraid I don't know a lot about tributes. This is from the latest DLC/patch. Are they part of my subject? They can break free if they're... Definitely want them under me. I guess we can start with tribute and maybe work our way up. King Wyland becomes our tribute. We'll give it a shot. We'll just do a little war, you know, for funsies. Bringing in the lads. Bringing in the lads. What are these wars here? Who are you fighting? Lord Gavin is declaring a war against my grandson. Interesting. We have whaling expedition here. Hold on a second. I want to learn about that. Tell me more about whaling expeditions. Oh, I will spend generously on this whaling expedition. Sure, let's find out what that does. A sudden shout from one of my sailors grabs my attention. I follow the growing shouts, turn heads, and outstretch fingers, and eventually I see a whale thrashing about in the distance. From what I see, it is one that is likely to fetch a good price. Shall be mine. I can slay the whale and get some amount of money. I did slay the whale. I paid a lot of money for that whale. I paid way more than I got from it, but... A specific phrase from Kingdoms of the Sky has been frustrating my translations efforts for days. I have even started muttering it to myself sometimes. Still struggling with that one, are you? One simply needs to know where to look. Help me, bud. Slightly, significantly. Why are you leaving all these positions? What's going on? Why have you abandoned me, my son? My son. Arthas, my son, what are you doing? Succeeding you, father. Do I have any household loyal knights? What's going on there? What is going on there? How about that? You got 2 wars at once, my man. Can you dig it? We're gonna start conquering on our way to Highgarden. Okay. You just storm him right in here like a crazy person. Hell yeah. Alright, let's take a look. This doesn't look good for us, I'm gonna be honest with you. Why is my army on the outside of this battle? I should be in here. Get in it. Bro, what are you doing? There we go, we're in it now. We're losing very badly. How is this happening? Don't we have a much bigger army? What is going on? Do they just have like a whacked out commander or something? I don't really know what's going on. Their commander isn't that whacked out. There we go. I guess. My Chancellor Abelard is transcribing a battle with others to a stone tablet as I dictate it to him once more. But as I recount the very beginning of the tale, he ceases committing my words to papyrus. I cannot help but notice something here, my king. Did you not meet with a mystical woman in the city of Ashbourne? Did said woman not rise from the waters and give you a divine mission? Ah, yes, how could I forget? You're right. Okay. We've evened out. We're 1 for 1 on battles. Let's chase. Where the heck did they go? Just frickin' disappeared. Oh, we're not going that way again. Not a chance of that. I've seen this shit before. You can come to us downhill. Thank you. Yeah, we aren't going to chase them up into those broken hills. The grim smell of bubbling tinctures and mashed salves assault my cancer again. I'm gonna go full on. Full send. Greatly reduced once again. I'd actually just want this to, I just want him to get the cancer out. I know you're shocked to hear that. The wonderful tale of a battle with others continues to spread. More and more folk from all strata of society have begun to weave their own perspective into its rich tapestry. So says Abelard, I guess. Yeah, and they were sewing Targaryen banners in all the small houses. Although, it should be noted that I believe House Redwyne actually was sewing Targaryen banners. Lord and lady alike are certain such a tale sets out their undeniable right to rule, he muses. But if you wander into a local tavern, it will be rife with those who say it's dedicated to the common smallfolk of the land and their honest, industrial ways. Commoners celebrated gives us control growth, or nobles noted gives us prestige per legitimacy level. Well, I want that for sure. Here we go. A spare Tyrell army for us to chase down and kill. My translation of the Kingdoms of the Sky finally stands complete. My words rest on a beautifully illuminated pages, all protected by a lavish cover, as befits the work's importance. The tome has taken pride of place in my collection, and every Septon who reads it is mightily impressed by my efforts. Some are already speaking of making copies of their own. This effort has taught me much. We got learning perk rewards. We are marrying Edgar Vyne to Estelle Vyne. These are grandkids from not the farthest branches of the tree apart. We're going to go down the theologian tree as well. You sent an army of just levies after me. What an interesting choice. Now we're going to cut them off at Rodalia again. Hopefully not by getting wrecked by the enemy army. Got him, but this is so negative. Why? Owner is in debt. Oh, they're defending a river crossing. Is pretty big. Yeah. The twists and turns of fate have not always been kind to my advantage. The father knows that I was cursed the day I met Hobart. Today, however, that curse has been lifted. Fate has smiled upon me and brought that vile churl to his grave. We're getting him. The Battle of Torellis ended in an astounding victory. I listened eagerly to the messenger as he reads reports from my commander, Captain Simona, and then turned to the soldiers before me. My lord, we cornered the remaining enemies as they made a valiant stand. They gave their lives protecting this banner. It shall be a fine addition to my collection. Becomes a subjugated tributary with high taxes. One-way truce. Oh, interesting. So, are they under my command? Are they my vassal now? Am I an emperor? Impose contract change. Use reign guarantee. Declare war. Your armies are raised. You are their suzerain. Can I claim the Kingdom of the Reach title? I need to already be an emperor. I don't count as controlling all those areas. Interesting. I don't really know how to go from here. This may have been a mistake. And court. Ask King Wyatt. Well, I definitely don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be that. Lease tributary. I don't want that either. Ransoming, yes. We should do that again. How do we conquer these places? Just bringing people under tribute. How do they not border my tributaries? They very clearly border the Reach, who is my tributary. That is something else. For sure. So don't count as bordering my realm. And you too don't count as bordering my realm. Strange. Maybe I need to let a couple days pass? Or maybe it simply has not updated. Oh, it has now. Interesting, 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 interesting. I need to let my levies refill, although his money being completely wrecked is a good start. I was informed that Lord Jothan defaulted on his loan and is refusing to make further payments to the bank or agree to a new plan. The bank insists that I, as Jothan's liege, am obligated to compel my subjects to honor their contracts. For a moment, blah, 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 blah. Jothan must honor your contract. Must honor your contract, sir. I am glad that Jothan kept his word. We're still good on all the positions. Okay. So we can keep trying to bring people under tribute, I guess. Using the Westerlands army. But that doesn't seem to be accomplishing exactly what I want. I guess it's just giving us some taxes. Oh, tributary taxes. The tributary taxes are actually quite good. Interesting. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Would like to punish the Riverlands. For sure. But we can't do that while our armies are so depleted. We need to find targets that are equally depleted or wait. Ah, it's almost time to claim the Valyrian household. My spymaster has come to me with great news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill my maester, Tristan. And there it is, Lord of Driftmark. We want a clean sweep, so if there's another claim we need, let's go ahead and get that in, and then we'll try to press all of them at the same time. Scuttage Innovation. Okay, cool. That is... what exactly? Scuttage was plus 5% Republican tax value. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Fabricate plus 10%. We want men-at-arms, actually. Let's send the Valyrian expedition. We're looking for a dragon egg. We have a dragon pit. And we have people that we want to become dragon riders. We've got Shirako Bazane. So he looks pretty strong all around. He's got a lot of things. We have my rival, no thanks. Or we have my son, my grandson, Sir Redwyne, who is not the strongest, I'm going to be honest with you. It's just kind of okay. He's also like half the age of some of the others. So we're going to send Shirako. Come back with the egg. Bring me the dragon egg, Shirako. Dragon, rock the dragon, dragon balls. Oh, there's already a hospice here. Well, what else you got? We got a water wheel. Hospice. In the distance, I hear my great-granddaughter Tenda laughing at play with her fellows. I'm King Red, I'm the hero. She is reenacting a battle with others for her adoring peers. The children all look upon Tenda with wonder and adoration, captivated by the tale. My heart soars to hear those legendary names. and places, passing the lips of the next generation with such vigor and enthusiasm. Though one day all of us will turn to dust, the legend will never die. This is my great-granddaughter and current primary down-the-way heir. I can get child's legend to increase the legend spread, or I can become her friend. Ish. I didn't become her friend, but I tried. I wouldn't have said no. Shirako is gone. That's 700 gold down the drain, but sometimes you get a Valyrian steel sword, and sometimes you get a plague, and sometimes you get what you want. Counselor down. Counselor down. See here. We trust Aisling. Oh, it can also be my son Garland. Actually, my grandson, I think. Court chaplain Bud the Weak Thorn often quotes passages from the Seven-Pointed Star about the holy virtues. I should prove I have paid attention by quoting the passage of my own, preferably one which complements his personality, which is content, compassionate, forgiving, fickle. I'm going to say compassion, which we both share. And he might have it because I directed him to have it. I made you compassionate, boy. My Chancellor Abelard hurries excitedly to greet me as I enter the court. I bring excellent news, my king. I have been seeking out tomes and legends about Allah, and I have reason to believe that she fought and slew a dragon. Some people may find this a little far-fetched, but I can just say, excellent work. We got a Dragon Slayer seed. I have not seen that before. That's probably Valyrian specific. The Dragon Slayer. We need 18 more provinces. Yes. What? Very well. You know best, my boy. Young man. Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, I said, young man. Listening to me, are you? I said, young man. I'm 902. I haven't heard that song for... Oh, Consecrate Bloodline! Let's do it! I will become the savior of all people. Thanks to my pure dedication and relentless work, I have inextricably bound the holiest of offices of the dragon cultic faith to the Redwyne dynasty. An increasing number of people in the clergy and amongst the faithful have come to think of my family as the chosen caretaker of holy relics and the harbingers of divine will. The harbingers of divine will. And we've got the savior, which means anybody who has the same faith as us gets plus 10, which is great because it's all going to be family. We want kin to get raised up, fertility, and then next we'll take studious youth for better education traits. Our intention is to one day claim the Iron Throne. You can see it's quite difficult. We have to control Blackwater Bay and the hills and 5 empires in Westeros, which is no small task. Certainly not one that a 75-year-old cancer patient who's also infirm and a eunuch is going to accomplish. This guy has been beaten down by the most brutal things in life. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to complete the legend, then we're going to increase it, then complete it. Then we're going to evangelize the realm and start building a legendary shrine. We're going to knock this sucker out. I have been studying the ancient religious texts and the writings of scholars, and they all seem to agree that the long night will come again 500 years after the doom. By my calculations, we are less than a century away. However, my son, Bud the Weakthorn, urges me to keep it to myself. Leave it to the priests and avoid panic. What if your calculations are wrong? I should consult with more septons. We'll also be able to make a legendary artifact, which is going to be a book normally. I don't know that I've ever seen it not be a book, but it is also normally a book. As the renown of my dynasty grows and familiarization with the glorious Redwyne's sigil spreads too, my family's emblem is now common knowledge, listed among the great royal families of the realm and the highest nobles of the Vyne. Sick. And complete. Here is the end of the book of King Red and his miracles that were famous among all dragon cultists. O Almighty the Father, may I pray that your blessings upon this book, the battle with others. King Red valiantly fought and won against a great and powerful beast, but the struggle left a permanent mark on his body. Your vassal, Master Martin, recently found himself in a bit of trouble. Queen Helly smiles fervently as she continues, I made sure the situation resolved itself and to mention you as the benefactor. A good deed requires no repayment. Evangelize the realm. Ooh, reassert the holy mission. Depose. Clear ground for a legendary shrine, which I can only build in 4 places. Golden Vine is fine. Let's lay it down. Clear the ground. We need 950 faith, which we are nowhere close to. And 700 gold. 780. But you can see here it gives life expectancy plus 5 to the holder. So if we stack a couple of those, we make very long-lived primary heirs. My grandson, Lord Parfum, is here for me while I help this patient, and we together solve his problems. All right, Dreamfire can now marry. She can marry for love, or she can marry for alliances. The Khalisar, can we get a matrilineal marriage? Only to my... Okay. We'll have to remember to bring her back to our court when he dies. What's next? Let's make sure the Lannisters aren't up to anything. Cool. Hey, what we might want to be looking for is the titleage. See if we can find a claimant that we can invite to our court and press their claim. We don't actually want the claim to the Empire. We want the claim to the Kingdom, to which there are no claimants. Well, the other way to do it would be to have a claimant to the Empire and then marry them to the child. Enda. I need to be able to invite these people to my court so I can press it on their behalf. Oh, wait, hold a second. What's the problem here? Too close to your liege. Princess Helia. Oh. Why can't we press this on behalf of Helia? Why don't she has a claim to the Riverlands? Why aren't we getting that as a war declare? I don't really understand how this works. Maybe they just changed it for this one. I would hate to have to get claims on like all of the subjects. That's going to take forever. Aren't you married? You were. We'll take the girl. Okay. Okay. In my court, you're poxed. You're double poxed. Holy cow. We'll keep the Tyrell line alive. Can also get this gonna be a oh, this might be secondary spouses. Yeah, okay. I think we want it matrilineally, so they'll be born Tyrells. I'm gonna just lock up getting the Tyrell family under our thumb here. Arella Aaron is already married. We can't do anything about that. So now we need this kid to die. If the son dies, we've got several of the other candidates in line, and that'll put the Tyrells in our bloodline and or under our thumb specifically. Is there a way to turn a tributary into a vassal? I'm going to have to look this up real quick, so hold on. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like we can do that. I mean, the money is great. It's very nice. And having them be unable to oppose me is also good. Ah, to the charming King Red, I call upon you to honor our alliance and join me in the Summer Dragons raid for captives against the Lemonwood. Interesting. You are slaving? I don't know about that. I don't like any part of this. Are you nuts? How's this war going? It's not going, man. You guys suck. I'm out. Nah, bro. I'll take the prestige loss. Get out of here. Settings. Audio. Turn master audio down. We could start a new legend. But we don't want to until we've got that shrine built. I guess we could overlap them and start building a second legend. Ah, yes, all of Driftmark will be mine. Well, that tells us what our next move is going to be. It's going to be more war. Gonna be more war. Going to war with Driftmark. Take the stuff. Bringing in... I don't even need to bring in all the way up here. I'd probably just bring in Dragonstone and we'll solve that problem real quick. With Queen Heli's diligent administration of my household finances, there's more gold at the end of this season than expected. How should we put it to use? Invest the money in the local area for development growth. Yeah. That sounds right. Despite an, at first, rather questionable grasp of even the basic mechanics of Anvil, my court artificer Allery seems to at last be growing into her role. Many at first have noted her burgeoning, albeit still somewhat limited abilities. At the very least, it seems she's trying to earn her keep. What is new here? Oh yes, we got the Reachment Banner. So Hero's Tapestry is 0.10 renown is its big deal. And this is +1 captains. I think I actually want the renown more than I want the captain. My granddaughter Delena enters my chamber, smiling with cold intent. Grandfather, my lord, I want to discuss my betrothal, she says, ruthlessly. I can't do it. I don't want to marry Baelor. Honestly, if I'm honest with myself, I can't stand him. Make the arrangement. He has dragon blood. No, you little shit. No. No. Shit, come back to the family. Come back. I hate you. Oh my god, I can't even ban her from breaking into my dragon pit. Ah, build the pilgrim roads. That's good. So yeah, this gives like a bunch of bonuses to Old Town in order to make me tons of cash. Oh yeah, because I'm the Pope, I can hold churches now myself, personally. Where is my army navy? Here you are. My granddaughter-in-law, Edneria, has brought the girl child Mega into our lives. Let us make you a steward, girl. We certainly need plenty of them. And Toguro Hoat will teach you, although he'll probably die before your education's over. And you know what? It's a good time to double check to make sure all the kids, and they're not all being taken care of. Always got to make sure the kids are being taken care of. You boy shall be a diplomat. Ah, this guy's gonna die in a couple years. I think we turned that around, dropping right on top of them. Excellent. Let's chase and boogie. Boogie is real. Yeah, we're just brutalizing their army at this point. My Chancellor Abelard hurries excitedly to greet me as I enter the court. The Father is smiling on your house today, my king. I have been seeking information about your auspicious ancestor, Bethany, and I have found information that would potentially make her worthy of being deemed a venerated ancestor. Some people may find this a little far-fetched, and it would take some effort to prove it to be true, but there is a strong groundwork there to make you a living legend. Excellent. I don't even know who Bethany is. But I would love to be proved her worthy successor. Commission legendary artifact. We have got the book Battle with the Others. I believe it's a court book, not one that goes here. Yes, +3 learning, diplomacy, and renown. Excellent. The Valyrians fight like the devil, but their time is done now. It's over, Valyrians. I have the high ground, Morley. Who is fighting right now? The two of you dare to fight in front of your grandfather? End the dynasty wars. You little shits. Pull your asses together. You will submit to your grandfather, or else. My son, Prince White, can marry. Go for alliance power. Can we get some good alliances? 6,000 ain't bad. How about an Aaron? How about the Aarons? I don't see him on this list. Nah, we'll go for a genetic match. We'll go all inside. Inheritable, female, unmarried, sort by age. $16, yeah, sure. Why is White not on this list? Yeah, of course they're not going to accept it. It's polygamy. I don't understand why White can only marry certain people, but okay. We're going to do this, and we're going to wipe out some of the gold wine line. Just make sure they can't have more kids. Why does this have such a negative effect over here? What's going on, guys? Nope, we can level up the tax office. That could be big. There it is. Now we have too many duchies. We really don't want to take up the faith of the Seven in an altered form. You don't want to go to the Night's Watch, but you will convert. Good. Excellent. Aemon Embarian. You also don't want to go to the Night's Watch. Okay, that's fine. We need unlanded man, which is going to be pretty hard to come by in our family. Thompson, my boy, take my Drakon lore and Driftmark and its High Lordship. You are but a boy, but now you have become a man. A man who is betrothed to marry a woman. A woman of pretty good characteristics. Can we force the Targaryens to bow? We need to be her rightful liege. Cultural acceptance. Rightful liege would be big, I guess. How do we make that happen? So we would need to have the Kingdom of Dragonstone. If I have 500 bucks, I should be able to make this. We'll hold off for a second. You may create Dragonstone. Cool, we're calling that in. We're now the King of Dragonstone, which means you will offer me vassalization. No? Religious exemption? How about that? Cool. As I struggle to make out the tiny letters on the scroll before me, I feel a headache building once again. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I squint and try again. Let us make a bunch of money off of that. Excellent, Targaryen. You are now one with us. We want to modify your vassal contract. I don't care if you have levies or not. What we need to do is get you polygamist and then get your guys to marry a shit ton of women and have tons of kids. But now we've got you under our thumb. You're right where we want you to be. Perfect. And so your heir is Aegon. Interesting. The Iron Throne of the Seven Kingdoms. We need to take the Crown Lands. Kingdom of the Crown Lands has 0. We need to take Rush Hill. Rush Hill is already taken. How's that Iron Throne decision going? We do not have the title Rush Hill. Oh, I see. We need to have the title. Rush Hill and Blackwater Bay, which are held by her. Interesting. So we need to get their line into our line, preferably the primary line. We have tons of money. We can switch to an administrative government. That would be interesting. I wonder if we switch to administrative, if our tributaries will also switch. Now, hold on. Let's check that. Crusader Kings 3. Administrative government tributary. I doubt it would. I doubt it would. Now, I know that when you're the administrative government, you can offer a good price to get your vassals to switch from vassalage to something better. Maybe you can, as an administrative government, try to nudge your tributes to make the right decision and also become administrative. Is it worth it? I feel like, is it game breaking to get administrative? I don't think so, because I think that the Associans follow administrative government in this, which makes sense because they're like run by rich families, which aren't technically nobles. And they certainly do a lot of backstabbing and scheming in the novels that we see a little bit less of. I think in the HBO series, they have that whole thing with Zozaro Zahn, maybe his name is. That definitely felt like an administrative government plot. Okay. I've talked myself into it. We need to... Where fealty? Absolutely not. We need to bring the Riverlands down. Can I... What do we got here? This guy can seize some stuff. We can take these parts. We can take the whole of Blackwater Bay if we do this. I think I just want to bring the whole place under my domain if we're going to do that. I want the money. Cream. Cash rules everything around me. Call in our allies. Get the war fleet moving. Once again. Okay. And we probably can upgrade some buildings. Not that one. We need to start saving up for the shrine. We are quite close to the piety. Oh, wow. We're getting tons of piety. How is that happening? Is it because we're the Pope? It's because what? It's because, yeah, domains. I think it's because we're directly holding the Starry Sept, which is generating a huge amount of piety. Oh, she controls that. Okay, the Holy Blood will get us a legendary palace. That's all. You get a pressed claim on the Kingdom of the Reach. Oh, shit. That's actually huge. That will allow us to take one of the 7 kingdoms that we need to get started. Okay, that's it. I did, you know, I wanted another shrine, but if we can complete this before your boy dies, which is actually happening faster than I'd like, we can... One way to help stop that would be to switch to medicine focus. We'll lose development growth, but we'll gain a health boost, which made a difference. We're back to feeling fine. Good, excellent. That might buy us several more years. If we can get that claim all in this lifetime, lock it down, bring them in, we can start our way to conquering the other 7 kingdoms. I don't know how we're going to get the titles, but we're gonna try. We need to land, and we're just gonna go ahead and take River Run with our buds. Our cool buds. Our cool Lannister buds. The game just crashed on me. Oh, no. Honestly, this might be a good place to stop.